Hey Lois, how are you? My legs are already cramped and I have only been sitting here for a couple minutes because the dogs are on either side of me today. And my yarn is a tangled mess right now. Yeah. I couldn't find the right end for it either, so I had to improvise, but hey Teresa, only okay? I am making Anchor the Octopus. I'm making one of these guys. I'm just working on the tentacles right now. Can you guys see me working on it, or do I need to lower my camera some? Hey, Jan. Hey, Delon. You did what yesterday? Get a tangled mess or work on an octopus? What is everyone making right now? Give me the deets. I am working on like yarn stash busting, so I'm trying to use up the yarn that I've had for quite some time. Hey, Amy, that I haven't been using. So I'm working on just kind of slimming out some of my yarns. And so I'm trying to create like new projects that can use it up. You're making a bear, nice. Tangled mess. Yeah, it's bad. Tracker's actually laying on it right now. That's why I had that picture of him for this live, because he was like he got right into it. I'm like, ooh, stay just like you are. I want to take your picture. So yeah, mini axolotls, nice. What colors are you doing for them? Are you doing more like Minecraft themed ones or just random ones? You're at work, so unfortunately you're not crocheting. That's a bummer. Bummer, bummer. But thank you for joining anyway, even though you're at work. Hopefully I can entertain you some while you're at work, so it goes by quicker for you. I am wonderful. How are you? So I am on number 2 of 8 tentacles right now. So I figured this would be a good project to work on with you guys, because it does take quite some time to make, and these tentacles are the most tedious part. And I don't have to, the only time I really have to focus in on it is when I'm counting the length of the tentacles. So I figured it would be a good project to do with you guys. Yes, please entertain you. What do you do for work, Amy, if you don't mind sharing? You don't have to share if you don't want to. It's completely up to you. I know this is quite a public space, and if you don't want to share that, you don't have to. Random colors, working on white with purple and one with a bright pink. Very nice. What color am I? Look at this. Look at this. I am going to do his main color in this because I have this big old thing of yarn. And so I figured I will have more than enough to make him. And then I'm hoping to make a Fred the Sea Turtle after in the same color. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hey, Erica. Oh, okay, accounting. That's a good job to have. Hey, if it pays the bills, that's all that matters, right? It doesn't have to be the most exciting thing in the world, as long as it pays the bills. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I think it'll be a good color for an octopus. And I was debating between making the mini anchor or the full size anchor because I have both of the patterns. And I think I'm going for the bigger because why not? I know I'm gonna have enough yarn to do it. And so why not? Why not? Hello from England. Welcome in. What time is it there? It is 1 p.m. here. Crocheting is definitely your love job. Yes. I'm lucky to be able to be home and crochet and take care of my kiddo. I'm very, very lucky, and um, you know, I can't thank anyone more than my husband for that one. So I'm a lucky girl to be able to do this. Hey, Katrina. I didn't see you pop on until I saw Lois say your name, and I'm like, which Katrina is this? Is this Kat or is this Katrina? So, whack-a-moles. Hopefully they're not too bad today. They've been better recently. I don't know why that day was so bad the other day. I don't know why it does that, but hopefully you guys whacking them and me just ignoring them keeps them away. Once they see that we're not going to play, then they go away. Land turtle by no catchy name. Just trying to build them up for the year. Then adding the scraps to my scrappy snack and making minis. Ah, yes. Very cool. Yeah, I have the itty bitty turtles and I have the tofu turtles, and then I have two Tice the turtles. So all of my turtles are fairly small, and so I want to get some bigger turtles made. But it's not like a panic thing because I do well with the tofu turtles. So as long as I have those in stock, I think I should be good. And then I find the bigger ones tend to go a lot slower than the little ones because of the price point, right? So I'm in no hurry. So that's why I was like, I'm just gonna do an octo today. Yeah, I know. I won't jinx it. Ah, yeah, you're gonna make them snakes. Okay, I didn't know if that was like a scrappy stack or what you meant. So scrappy snakes. Very cool. More mid-size. Yeah. The turtle, I'll have to check that one out. I haven't tried that one. I still haven't tried Fred the Sea Turtle though, and I've been wanting to try that one for like at least a year now. So I do plan to make that one first. You want to see a scrappy snack? I do too. Send some scrappy snacks my way. I'll eat those up. Hey, Vima. So hard to know what will sell in particular markets. Yeah, it's different at every market, honestly. I just had a market that I did not sell many axolotls, and yet normally sell out. It's so funny. All markets are so different depending on whatever crowd you get. And so it's just kind of like you have a little bit of everything. That's what I do anyway. I just do a little bit of everything and hope something will go. At least I'll make my table back. So here is a tentacle, and I got to pull the yarn out from underneath a tracker. Look at this mess. Like, it's so messy. I can make a sloth. I haven't made a sloth recently. I have in the past. Hello. Oh my goodness, guys. Like, it's crazy. I do need to make a sloth for Oak, because every time we play spin the wheel, he's like, sloth, 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 sloth. And I have not hit sloth yet. So one of these days he'll get a sloth. Although I think he just wants me to make it. I don't think he actually wants one. So yeah, lots of variety to sell, because you never know. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet for just a moment so I can get my count, and then I'll start talking again. So talk amongst yourselves for a moment. There we go. I think I have it. I'm not going to recount that. I kept getting distracted. I'm like, these people are watching me. Why am I just sitting here doing a chain? I got to start talking. I almost started talking at 30. I was like, I'm halfway. I could start talking. And then I was like, nah. Last market, 30 vendors canceled out of 60. Ooh, was it bad weather or something? Well, yeah, it must have been the bad weather, right? Because, like, was there a storm coming in for you or something? Was it when it was, like, all rainy and the roads were flooded and stuff that they canceled? Did you still have a good turnout? I am crocheting an octo. All the flooding in the area. Yeah, that makes sense. So you make sharks, and can you make one on one of your lives? I have made a shark before. I'm not sure that would be something I could technically make on my live, because I'm not sure if I could keep track of it, but it could be something I do in the future. So we'll see. Possibly. Yay, you caught a live, yes. Hit the thumbs up, please, Lois says. Thank you. Thanks for watching my videos, Ashlyn. I've got a market coming up next, so that's next weekend, but it's not all crochet. You do native art. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. So when you talk about like native art, what necessarily do you make? Is that like, do you do like dream catchers and such like that, or what type of art is native art for you? It was slow. You did okay considering. Yeah. Well, I feel like any market that you get your name out there and you get to be out there is a good market, right? As long as there's at least a few people that come and see you, get to know you a little bit better. And then if you cover your booth table or your booth fee, it should be, I consider that a win. It's sometimes disappointing when you don't do as well as you hope to do, but as long as you're getting your name out there and you're having a good time, I call that a win. Your last market was canceled due to the weather. No place for plushies. It was so much. Yeah, you don't want to get your, yes, I remember when you said it was canceled. Don't want to get your plushies wet, that's for sure. Definitely, for sure. It's a cool emoji, Ashlyn. Do dream catchers, rattles, and ceremonial sticks are also bone jewelry? Very cool. I'd love to see some of your work. If you're on Instagram, send me some pictures in a DM. I'd love to see that. That's very cool. This Saturday is your birthday. Happy early birthday. Oops. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, I think most of the extra strands are caught up now. So now I can hopefully crochet easily. Tracker is still completely wound up in some of my yarn though. Is pretty funny. Crochet the area wildlife and take that with you as well. That's cool. So what would your area's wildlife look like? Like what's around? I gotta take a picture of Tracker to show you guys. That's what he looks like right now. He's all wound up in my yarn. I had to cut some of the yarn to get to the end, so that's why there's extra yarn over there. But yeah, that's my Tracky right now, all covered in yarn strands. Oh, thank you. I've been doing crochet for many years, so I would hope all the practice would make me good at it. Coyote, otter, beaver, fox, deer, and spotted skunks. Very cool. That's fun. Fun things to make. I was thinking of maybe doing a fox pattern in my sitting shelf series. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that would be a cool one to do for a shelf sitter? I love foxes. They're one of my favorite animals. Like, I guess I was thinking about it the other day because I get asked that question a lot. Like, what's your favorite animal? And it used to be tigers, but now I think it's like, and it's always been fox. I explained why on another live I did a while back, but I've always loved fox, giraffe, monkeys, tigers. But yeah, so I thought a fox would be a fun one to make. With like some pointed ears and a big bushy tail, I think that would be cute. It would be tricky to make him be able to sit up with a bushy tail, something to play around with, I think. So that might be one of my next ones to do. I still have to finish my moose. He still is without antlers and ears, but everything else is finished on him. But I don't know, I'm not vibing with it right now. I feel like I need to let him just hang out and just chill out, and I'll get to him when I get to him. So a fox might be next. What other animals do you think would be cool for shelf sitters? Yeah, you can tell me your favorite animal. Most fun pattern I've ever made was a huge catfish. Oh, I bet that would be a cool one to see. Did you have like whiskers on it and stuff? Just make the tail heavy. Yeah. I'd have to make it like probably just as long as I made it level with the butt, the bottom part of it, it should stabilize it. But it's just that whole, like the extra weight. So it's just stabilizing that weight so that it still sits up on its own freely. Polynesian, Irish, and mom was full Alaska Native. I do have some wolf, otter, and bear fur that I was thinking of putting on my, oh, that would be cool, Erica. I think you need to like talk more about your history. I'd love to hear more about like you. But that's just me being nosy, I guess. But that would be really cool. I would definitely watch it. Like the long-legged shelf sitters that remind me of the Richard Scary toys and cartoons. Favorite animal is a penguin. Nice. Whiskers absolutely made the pattern. Learned a lot about pattern creation on that project. That's cool. That's awesome. I would definitely be interested in it, Erica. Definitely. Oh, hello, Soul Reaper. You're back again. How do I get rid of you for good? Because yeah, I'm not into that whole like mom shaming crap. Like I usually don't comment on people that are talking about um, me as a person, but when you're like mom shaming me for no reason, you don't know my life, you don't know my history, you don't know anything about me, so you can just leave. So thanks. Bye. You don't tell me how to be a mom. That stuff strikes a nerve with me, guys. Like I don't usually comment on the trolls, but that one strikes a nerve for me because I know I am a darn good mom, and when you come at my child, mama bear will come out. I can feel my face flushing and getting hot right now. Like don't ever talk about my kid in that way because I am a good freaking mom and I know it. I know it. You know how I know it? My kid shows me because he shows me all that love that I give him. He gives it back to me. So don't come at me about my kid. Mm-mm. Nope. You do not come at me about my kid. Whew. Anywho, yeah. That one boils. That one boils. Love heated mama bears. Oh boy. Yeah. Um like I'm shaking a little bit just because that makes me fired up. That person was on yesterday too saying nasty comments and I just ignored them, but anywho, back to love and happiness and crochet because that's why we're here. um, yeah. Oh, did I miss something? Did I miss something? Oh, okay. Take a deep breath. You know the truth. I do know the truth. I do. I do know I'm a good mom. And that's why it doesn't like, it boils my blood when people tell me that I'm not a good mom, but I don't take offense to it because I do know I am a good mom. I do know it because that is my sole purpose right now. Like this is for funsies, but uh, he is my everything. So I know I'm a good mom. All right, I'm gonna count for a second again, okay? All right, I'm back. I counted. I'm good to go. I've always been a counter, hillbilly heart. I count how many steps I take when I'm going up or downstairs. I count how many drinks, like sips I take when I'm drinking like water or something. Like every swallow I take, I count it. I recall when I was a kid, this is like landline phones, like we didn't have cell phones, and so the phone was ringing, so I ran up the stairs to go grab the phone because it was on a cord still. And I got, so I ran up the stairs and I picked up the phone and I said 10. And then I was like, I mean, hello, because I was counting how many steps I took. I've always been a counter. That's before I started crocheting too. Do you have a name that I could call you by other than Hillbilly Heart, or do you just want me to call you that? You count everything too. Liz. Oh, pretty. I love it. Hey, Liz. I apologize to anyone when I don't recall what your name is and I have to call you by your tag name, but I try my best to remember everyone's name that they want to be called by. So if I ever get it wrong, I apologize ahead of time, but I try my best to remember everyone. Sister has done something similar when we were calculating what we should give as a tip. She said, all right, 25 plus toast. 25 plus toast. Another thing I didn't, so speaking of like saying a different word, like when I was in high school, so I don't know, when I hated being called on when it was time to like read out loud. When I was real little, I struggled with reading some, and so I had to go to like reading resources and have them like help teach me how to read properly and everything. And like retain what I was reading and everything. And so it's always been kind of an insecurity for me to read out loud or to if someone shows me something, I feel like I read it too slow because I feel like I'm a slower reader because I really take the time to process what I'm reading as I'm reading it. And then like you get called on in class to read out loud to everyone else and you have that insecurity behind you. And so I remember we were, it was the ninth grade and we were reading poems and I was called on to read a poem. And in as I'm reading, like I'm reading it out loud. And the word was bush, but instead of bush, I said tree. I don't know why. My brain was just processing different, I guess. And that stuck with me until now. I've been out of school for many years, and that still stuck with me. Like, how embarrassing was that when I read the wrong word? Like, something silly like that. Still sticking with me today. And here you are doing public. Yeah. This is different though. This is just my comfort zone. This is like I'm in my house just hanging out with you guys. This isn't like being pressured to do something that I'm uncomfortable with doing in front of people. This is just me being me. So it's different. You were the same way. Yeah. if I get like really into something, I can like, I find myself speeding up, but I always get nervous when I'm watching a movie and then there's like subtitles or something. I'm like, ah, you gotta read fast or they're gonna disappear. Used to tutor second and third graders with reading deficits. Oh, very cool. I was worried my son was gonna struggle with reading because like when he was in a couple, like a little bit of the lower grades, I felt like he was struggling a little bit, but then they told me this year that he's doing like he's above average in reading, and I was like, oh, thank goodness, he doesn't have to go through what I went through. Like that makes me so happy to hear. It's just in the past he just wasn't interested, and now he is interested in reading, so he's picked it up because he has an interest in it versus um, just not being able to. So that made me happy that he was able to pick it up, because I didn't want him to go through what I went through. As a teacher, I made sure my students were comfortable making mistakes. That's how we learn. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Went to college for accounting. My advisor professor asked me if I was slightly dyslexic, laughed and said, "That's funny. It's dyslexic account." Oh yeah, because you like reverse things and everything. Yeah. Timed reading test because I would rather have a slow reader who processes the information than the last one who remembers nothing. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It might take a little bit longer to retain it, but you're actually retaining it rather than just trying to speed through and get through it. Yeah. I mean, I love reading now that, I actually, that's something I need to get back into doing. I used to read so much, like all my time would be reading, but now all my time is crocheting. So I do need to take some more like time to sit down and read again. I think the last book I read was Fourth Wing, and I started the second one in this series, and I'm like, I'm too busy. I gotta go crochet. So I really do need to get back to reading. Love Stephen King novels. Haven't read one of those in a long time. That used to be like my favorite thing to read in high school. Stephen King, anything. Get overstimulated just to sit down. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of accountants on here. Master in Psych. I have a degree in psychology, but I never went further than a bachelor's degree. So I had plans of becoming a psychiatrist, but it never panned out. I never went further. You love numbers? Well, crocheting is great because it has lots of counting in it. So okay, so Katrina, Liz, hard to do numbers now, which is sad. Oh, I'm sorry, Lois. You're transitioning into forensic psychology for a prison system by the neuromuscular disorder like MS retired you early. Oh, I'm sorry you have MS. That must be difficult. But that's really cool. You were going into forensic psychology. That would have been cool career to get into. Oops, sorry guys. I have my phone plugged in, so if it shakes a second, it's because it's like the cord is like right here in my way. Being and counting is another reason why I love crochet. Like, yes. I was never good at math though. This is like simple, like counting math. It's not like algebra or anything like that. Problems reading when I was younger. Read all the time now. Yep, that's like me. I was so embarrassed about it when I was real young because I thought it was like a bad thing, but honestly, it was just a processing, and time just needed extra time to do it, to learn it. So you do crafting for physical therapy. Very good. Daughter crochets, nice. Crochet is relaxing. Sometimes, unless you mess up or can't understand something, and then it gets stressful. It's very relaxing until it's not. Do enjoy reading now, also good. Any books you guys could recommend that I could get back into reading with? I'm gonna count again. There we go. I'm back. Hello. Old school reader. House on the Strand is your favorite. I don't think I've ever read any of those. You're not a fan of Stephen King? I loved anything scary growing up. Like I started reading R.L. Stine when I was real young, and then I up-leveled to Stephen King. So, oops, doing this wrong. Totally doing this wrong. Let's start this over again. Here we go. And Stephen King's from Maine, so I guess you're from Maine too, but you know. Amish love stories. I don't know. The monkey? I don't know. I have no idea on that. I don't know his current work because it's been a while since I've read any of his work, but like I know all his old stuff. The Maze Runner series, I did read that already, yes. Huh, that's funny, Lois. Did you ever like meet him in person? I haven't always heard the nicest things about him. I did a book report on him in like high school. Janet Ivanovich, yes, I've read her series. I read her I haven't read her Plum series, but I read her Bounty Hunter series. like 1 for the money, 2 for this and that, 3 for, I think I got it up to like, I don't know, 13 or 14. I don't know how many more she put out since then, but it's been a while since I've read hers. Irma Bonnex, Legendary Stick With Ya books. Ellen Hildebrand, I like her stuff. Stephanie Plum Chick. Spoke about my brother's brother's graduation. I was 7. I wasn't impressed at that age. He was dirty as in his body and rude. Yeah, I've heard he's pretty, like, he's not very friendly. But I don't know. I've never met him, so. Bombeck, she wrote about motherhood. Think about looking into the Fourth Wing series. I have all 3. My husband is a reader as well, and he just read the most recent one, like Onyx or something like that. But I'm still on book 2. I haven't gotten very far. Maybe I'll start reading again tonight. Maybe that's something I just need to make myself read for an hour before bed instead of crochet before bed. I think that would be a good way to wind down. I need to start doing that, make myself do that. Hey. Is he still living in Bangor? I think so, but I not 100%. I mean, the Fourth Wing books, Katrina, the first one was good, but it wasn't like, I know people are like, it's amazing, it's so good. I was just like, it's all right. Like, I'll read the other ones, but it's not something I'm gonna like rush out to get. It was all right, but. Monster by Frank Peretti about Bigfoot. Ooh, I might have to read that one. My nephew is big into Bigfoot right now, so maybe I'll read that one. The U.S. Got a nurse coming by. Thanks for joining in, Liz. Irma Bombeck, she was hilarious. So, someone I need to look into. Irma Bombeck. Bombeck? Yeah. What kind of stories, like, what kind of books are they? Comedian way back in the years. Okay, cool. Check it out. Hello. What number of these am I on? I think this is number 4. Cranking through them today. That's pretty awesome. I feel like these usually feel like they take me forever to do when I'm sitting there, but you guys are like keeping me entertained while I do it. Awesome. I should put the tentacles behind me so you guys can keep count with me to see how many I make. I did make one before the live though, so that one technically doesn't count as one for the live, but have a good one, Katrina. Phyllis. Okay, yeah, Carol Burnett. Yeah, I know them. No, I know. I used to love watching the Carol Burnett show. She was a funny lady. Well, I think I'm either, did you take that one out completely, or did you just put them in a timeout? Because I haven't seen them on again yet. Maybe I scared them off with my mama bearness. I was 24-hour timeout. Perfect. The next time I see that one come up, I am going to remove them completely, block them or whatever, if I'm able to. So yeah, done with that crap. Not happening on mine. I could take a lot, but not like that. Oh, my legs are getting sore from sitting in the same position with the dogs. Thanks for joining, Teresa. Have a great day. Hey, I'm good. How are you? All right. The US. Okay, so I'm done this one. So let's see how many tentacles I have. Hold on. No problem, Lois. Have a good one. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have more than I thought. 4 and 5. Oh, I'm cranking on these. So I've done 4 on the live so far. That's awesome. So I only need to do 3 more. Whoop, whoop. So, oh, let me put them. Where can I put them so you guys can see them? There we go. Well, kind of. All right. Make a couple more of these bad boys before I gotta go. All right, I'm gonna count for a moment again. What should we talk about next, guys? Come up with some more topics we can talk about while I count. There, I'm back. What is everyone planning on doing for the weekend? It's a holiday weekend, not necessarily for everyone, but if it is for you, what are you guys doing? No worries, Monique. Thanks for joining in. I hope you're feeling better. Hello. And don't worry if like I I can I can handle it if the chat gets to be too crazy, you know what I mean? Planning on sleeping and recuperating. Yes. I hear you there. Being sick is never fun. Getting together with family on Easter Sunday. Nice. Does anyone have any traditions that they do? Oop. To tell you, my market this past Sunday was a hit. You did awesome. Yay! I'm so happy to hear that for you, Kathy. What was your best seller? Do you have another market coming up anytime soon? On Easter Sundays, my kiddo wakes up and he expects the whole like egg hunt thing. So that happens in my house, and he's funny because he'll say, "Mom, every year, without fail, the Easter Bunny always puts one of the eggs out right beside the door in my bedroom. So I know for sure there's going to be an egg there." And then he'll be like, "I think he does it so that I know he's still coming, and if I need to check and make sure in the middle of the night if he's been here, I know." He's a funny boy. Cook Easter dinner for your whole family and do an egg hunt before we eat for the kids. Nice. Oh, thank you. I've been crocheting for quite some time, so yes, I hope I'm a good crocheter. When did I start? Oh, it's been almost 20 years since I started. I don't know the exact age I was or year it was when I started, but it's been pretty close to 20 years. Third is next. May 3rd is your next one. Do you know the 3D eggs? I took 5 as mystery eggs. I had 3 that were $15 and I had 2 that were $20. They were sold out within 20 minutes. Wow. Nice work. Up the price next time. Make them a little bit more expensive. Monique says to double tap the like, people. Share some love. So were they like, so did you print the eggs yourself? And what did you put in them for mystery items? I have some mystery bags and whatnot for my market coming up. So I'm excited to see how they do. I've changed them up since last year. So we'll see if they do better or the same or not as good. I'm hoping they do better. I'm hoping like they're really popular because they're fun to do. What is my favorite thing to make? I I kind of enjoy doing bigger projects like the octopus I'm making right now. He's gonna turn out to be like that guy. I like to do um, Winnie the Dragon from Red Mills Crochet. Although I say I like to do those are one of the tops that I like to do, but at the same time, I don't do them very often because they do take lots of time and yarn. So other than that, I do enjoy those projects, but I'm not really sure what my favorite would be. Another bestseller was your mini snakes and your $5 items, whales and octos. Nice. I do not have any whales or octos, but I do have other mini items. So we'll see how they do. Yes, we all want to know what was in the eggs. An egg dealer. Actually traded for the Diddy Dex dragons she made me last 20. I got the idea from another girl I follow. Very cool. I'm back with helping your dad in the boat. Big boar on the beach across the way. Whoa. Now, are boar like a nuisance to you guys, or are they just like do their own thing? Octo pattern the day it came out and I still haven't made it. Yeah, this is gonna be my second larger one, and then I've made 2 mini ones. So I've done them. Jumping spiders, mini snakes, and the octos. Very cool. Sorry, I'm like rubbing my eye, but yep, I'm using a crochet hook. I am. Oh, or have I got a crochet book? Sorry, I misread that. No, I do not. Of like my own patterns, I have other people's crochet books, but I don't have a book of my own stuff. See, a lot of creators are putting out crochet books right now, actually. I don't think I would have enough stuff to put out a crochet book, to be honest. You're crocheting a red blanket. I am crocheting another anchor, the octo. How was your birthday, by the way? I haven't talked to you since you had your birthday. Did you have a good time? Did you finish your projects you were working on? What was it, a white dress, was it? They're only a nuisance if you leave the trash out. Everyone usually has their trash locked up somewhere. So it's kind of like a raccoon, like a really gigantic raccoon or something. I'd imagine they could put the hurt on you though. Her birthday was good. No, you have not finished the white dress yet. Huge brown bears there. Yeah. Those would be dangerous for sure. Crochet characters are from movies and TV shows. Very cool. I used to do more of that, but I've tried to veer away from it some, just so I can like have more freedom of what I make. Whoops, sorry guys, didn't mean to make you shake. Hello from England. You love to make Winnie the Pooh? Yeah, that's cool. That's a good one. What have you been working on, Beth? More of them? More of Morty or something else? Black bears are more inland, state-wise. Brown bears usually chase them away. Yeah, brown bears would be more aggressive than black bears, right? I think black bears are like the least aggressive of the bear. I think that like we have black bears around here and they're just like a nuisance. They get into the garbage and but they like run away when you see them and stuff. But I feel like brown bears are more aggressive. But are brown bears grizzly bears, or are those two different animals? I was actually watching the documentary on the grizzly man earlier today, where he was like he hung out with grizzly bears and stuff in the summer times until they basically ate him. So hi, I'm good. How are you? I'm gonna count again for a moment, guys. Just a second. There we go. This yarn is starting to hurt my hands. All right. Catch up on the chat. You have black bears. There's black bears in Florida? Really? Didn't know there were bears in Florida. Like, it's like maybe when I go to Florida, I'm like in the city. So I guess I wouldn't think of much wildlife in a city. Brown bears are more territorial. Yes. More Mortys because you're keeping the first one. What color are you doing this time, Beth? Are you doing a different color or the same? Brown bears are grizzlies. They're mean. Just a subspecies. Yeah. Those things are like what? I think polar bears are the most aggressive, and then it would probably be grizzly after that. But they're mean. More active than grizzlies, yeah, because, well, isn't it because like their food is more scarce? Polar bears' food is more scarce, so like they'll hunt a human to eat a human because they need to eat. Is that correct? I think that's what I've heard. Same color, but you're thinking of making him a pink girlfriend. Ooh, cute. What yarn are you using? You're crocheting a polar bear? Oh my goodness, that's so funny. We're talking about bears and you're crocheting one. Food mostly swims. Yeah. Yeah. Seals. Oof, you hear those cracks? What's the main color of my project? So the main color is going to be this. So like this guy, I'm making the tentacles, so they're the same color. So the off-white creamy color, and then his main body will be in this. And if I like him better, then maybe I'll trade him. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he turns out. I am crocheting another one of these guys. So I'm on the tentacles. I think I'm on what, tentacle number 6 or 7? Yeah, I'm excited to see how it turns out. And I'm hoping I do have enough yarn afterwards, which I think I will, because that seems like a really big skein. It looks like, what would you guys say this is equivalent to? 2 or 3 skeins of yarn of the normal Bernat blanket? I almost want to say like 3, closer to 3, 2.5 maybe. It's a lot. Welcome from Texas. We'll see. I'm working on it right now, so we'll see what happens with it when I'm done making it. Yarn is getting tangled. I'm going to be so happy to be done this skein of yarn because it has been rough on my hands and a pain in my behind. You've never seen one of the giant balls before? I ordered it from Joann's a while back. I didn't realize how big it was going to be though. I knew it was going to be like bigger than a regular skein, but I didn't know it was going to be that big. When I got it, I was like, holy moly, that is humongous. Yes, I don't enjoy the tangled yarn, and this one is really hurting my hands. I'm hoping that this one isn't going to hurt my hands so much, but it kind of feels rough. It's not like a super soft one, so I'm a little nervous to see how it turns out. Thank you. You're trying to find yours? Yeah, the old Bernat. I can tell because it does not feel soft. But it was the only way I could get that colorway when I was doing my little shopping spree. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to try it out, see what happens. I don't mind working with acrylic. I started working with acrylic when I first started crocheting. And so I really don't mind working with it. I can interchange it, no problem. Let's see, I worked with it just recently, honestly, with my sleepy baby dragons. So it does tend to, I do find like the bigger yarns like this, the rougher, bigger ones like this hurt my hands. And then the smaller acrylic ones will start to hurt my hands after a while. That's why I think I like Parfait Chunky so much, just because it's in between the two. It's super soft and it doesn't seem to hurt my hands. I could work all day, every day with Parfait Chunky and not have a problem. But the second I pull out a rough skein like this, or I do the worsted weight, the acrylic, too much, then I start to see my hands get sore. Like my hands are starting to really get sore. I'm gonna have to take a break soon from working on these. But the worst part of this project is almost to the finish line, because this is the worst part of the whole project, is making these tentacles, because you have to make so many of them. So it's, once these are done, it'll be not so bad. It goes quick. Once you make all these tentacles, the pattern goes pretty quick. Yes, the sleepy baby dragons are done in acrylic. They are. And they're so sweet. I love them. I could make those. You know, that might be one of the projects I enjoy making, other than the having to sew all the pieces together at the end. I don't mind making those. I am working on an octo. Might order some Pink Premier Basics chenille. Yes. I do plan to put an order in for Basics chenille. And I also want to get some more Parfait Chunky, because my supply is getting down low and I need some more colors, because there's certain colors that I need that I do not have to make specific projects that I want to make. I have 0 red, and there's like 3 projects that require red yarn for them. So I'm like, oh, well, I need to make some of that. Get some of that, I mean. And then, yeah, there's just, I need some grays. I'm all out of my grays and all of that. So I have like this much gray left, and I'm kind of, there's a project, but I'm not sure I'm gonna have enough to make it with. So I'm kind of just waiting, debating whether I should try, or if I'm gonna just end up getting, losing at Yarn Chicken. So we'll see what happens with that. I didn't see Lulu enter. Hello, Lulu. Oh, yep, there you are. Hi. I'm making an octo. You love working with acrylic rainbow pastel yarn. Very cool. Your sister knows how to crochet. Better I could tell her about you, and you should. Oh, that would be awesome. Yes, send her over. Color is your octo going to be? So it's going to be this. So I'm excited. I don't know what the colorway is. I don't know what happens to the tag, but I'm excited to see once I get to that portion, to see how it translates. Because you know, sometimes you get the variegated yarn, and then sometimes it doesn't look good when you're done with it. So I'm hoping it's going to be pretty. Sometimes I feel like the variegated yarns make it look too camo-ish, depending on the pattern you're using, and I don't want it to look like camo, so we'll see. Oh, it's called Beach Day. Yeah, I'm hoping it turns out cute. I have another like variegated that I got around the same time as that, but in the normal size skein. That's like green, blue, yellow, maybe some green in there. Kind of like a little bit brighter. I don't know the name of that one either, but. Oh, you keep crocheting, keep practicing, and you'll get just as good, if not better. It's just a matter of doing it and practicing. The more you practice, the better you get. The more you learn, Yeah, beach day sounds about right, Beth. All right, let's see how many tentacles I have so far, so I don't make too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only have to make one more tentacle. Yay! Isn't that so exciting? All right. Some beach. All right, I gotta count one more time. There we go. Hello. Yes, the bobble stitch. Yep, they're bobble stitches. Yes, you could, Daisy. One day, if you just keep at it, you could definitely do the same thing. What's my favorite part about crochet? What's my favorite? Yeah, can you clarify that question? Ah. Yes, exactly. Start off simple and then work your way up. Small and simple, flat, and then build from there. My first project was a scarf. And then I made blankets for a long time. Like I just do blanket and another blanket and then another blanket and then another blanket. I have a lot of blankets. Oh, my favorite stitch. I don't know what my favorite stitch. Maybe half double crochet. I always liked doing half double crochet when I made hats or blankets. It's just a basic standard stitch. I also like doing shell. Shell is fun. But yeah, just basic stitches. I mean, mostly with when you do amigurumi, you're mostly doing single crochet for the majority of the project. So get yarn first and get the hooks. I could probably ask my sister for some so I can learn how to crochet too. Yeah, have her try to teach you a little bit too. That'd be a fun hobby for the two of you to do together. That's a fun way to get together and hang out. Can you hear Fred snoring, guys? He's over here snoring away. Yes, you could totally do that, Daisy. Absolutely. Shell is fun. Linen moss stitch, yeah, that one's a good one too. Trying to think of other ones I've done. I haven't done any like fancy fun stitches like that in quite some time, but when I did blankets, I did them a lot. But since I've done amigurumi, it's like single crochet, bobble, slip stitch. Like there's not as much involved, so I forget all the names of the fun stitches that I used to do. My hand's getting sore. I'm gonna have to, once I get this one done, I'm gonna have to go take a break because my hand is feeling it. This is not a good yarn for this much. Oh, thank you, Daisy. Yes. Never give up. Never give up. Keep going, keep practicing. Gets easier and more fun as you go. I want to make an angry octopus, but I am now understanding the tentacles, how to make them. But you are not, or you are now? Oh, you're not. Yeah, do you have the pattern? The pups are good, back to normal. Yes, they are. They are good now. They just had to get it out of their system and they're feeling much better now. It's crazy to think of like what a week will do, like, because honestly, last week was so difficult. But they are so much better, happier, healthier. You can tell just by their mood and their energy levels and everything. I mean, they're sleeping right now, but. All right, guys, I have, let's see, this much left to do. And once I get to the end, I am going to call it a day for the live. She's been crocheting since she was in the 2nd grade. Wow. That's awesome. Oof, my wrist. Start simple with the dishcloth, exactly. Thank you. Hey, Kat. I'm actually getting close to getting off for the live, but I'm glad you got to catch the tail end of it. I'm finishing up this part right here, and then I'm going to get off. I am good. How are you? Have a good one, Kathy. Ooh, I just realized I forgot to eat lunch. My stomach is just all of a sudden is like, hey, you need to eat something. All of a sudden, that's so weird, right? When it's like, wait a minute, you forgot to eat. I don't know. So I've never been a person to forget to eat. I always thought that was a funny thing that people would say when they were like, oh, I forgot to eat today. I'm like, how did you forget to eat? You can't forget to eat. That's just silly. But I've been doing it more and more lately. I don't know if I just get busy doing other things or I'm just not hungry or what. But I always thought that was just a weird thing for people to say that they forgot to eat until I started doing it about just a few months ago. It started happening to me. You just came back from having lunch with your mom. You were going live. Oh, thanks for joining. Good Mexican, yummy, yummy. Oof, this wrist of mine. There's much left, then I get to take a break. I definitely need to, I'll go eat something. That'll give me a good little break. It's not even lunch there yet. Ashley. Yeah, my stomach's all of a sudden is like, listen, feed me. What are you doing? How long have I been on? I've been on for about an hour and a half, close to an hour and a half. So I actually got 7 tentacles done in this hour and a half with you guys. So I would say that was a successful live. So I have all of my, because I had done one before the live, before I started the live. So I got all of my tentacles done for my anchor. So, well, the one side of them, I do have to make the other side of them and whatnot, but I did get all 8 of them done. So this is like the most tedious job for the anchor. And so now that this is done, everything else should go nice and smoothly. So thank you guys for entertaining me for the hour and a half while I got this done, because it definitely made it go by so much quicker. Yes, I am making an octo. This is me and my sister. She's been going to those. Yep, more you practice, the better you get. So tell her to keep going. We don't want you to starve. Yeah, it's more of like my hand hurting than anything. I definitely need to go take a break and give my hand a little massage. Drop what you're doing and feed me. Yeah, that's what my stomach is definitely saying. It's like, okay, listen, I don't like being neglected, and you are neglecting me now, so I'm gonna start like making some noise and gurgling around so that you remember I'm here. Yeah, I gotta go. Sorry. I'll be back on another time. So, I don't know exactly when. Maybe tomorrow afternoon if I have a chance. But otherwise, I will see you guys Sunday evening. I'll be on for a live, maybe not this Sunday actually. I probably won't be on this Sunday because it's Easter Sunday and I'm not sure when I'll be home and everything. So we will see about that. But yeah, you guys have a great weekend. Have a great Easter if that's what you celebrate. If not, then have a great Sunday. And I will talk to you guys later. So I won't do this Sunday. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a live Sunday night. I'll make sure to put a post up to say I won't be on. Just as a reminder to those who weren't here to hear me say that. But you guys have a great one. I'll try to get on a live tomorrow afternoon to make up for Sunday. And if I'm not on tomorrow, then I'll be on next week during the weekday, so that we can chat and hang out again and do another project. I might still be working on Anchor. We'll see. We'll see what's happening. But I'll talk to you guys then. So thanks for joining in. And yeah, this is all the yarn I have left. I had to ball it up because it was such a mess. And I didn't want it to continue to be a mess. But all right. Thanks for joining, guys. See you later. I'll be sure to update you on my octo when he's done. So see ya.